Hi, Kevin Coupe here, and here's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. There was a story in the Wall Street Journal the other day about a bridge here in the Northeast called the Tappan Zee Bridge. Now, the Tappan Zee Bridge runs from Westchester County to Rockland County, right over the Hudson River. Now, it's interesting. What they were saying about the Tappan Zee Bridge is that it is what they call structurally deficient. 140,000 vehicles a day go back and forth across the Tappan Zee Bridge, but this is a structurally deficient bridge with some of the same problems as that Minnesota bridge that fell down back in 2007, killing, I think, 13 people. Now, it's not about to fall down, but it's got major problems. They've got to continue working on it. They've spent something like $150 million over the last 5 years doing repairs to the bridge, and they expect to spend close to another $150 million over the next couple of years repairing the bridge. They think they have to replace it. In fact, they're pretty sure they have to replace it. Replacing the bridge is going to cost $8 billion. $8 billion. They have no idea where they're going to get the money from. New York State doesn't have any money. They're thinking about maybe getting a private company to build the bridge. God knows what that'll do to the tolls. But here's what's interesting about this story and why there's a business lesson here. I used to be a reporter for the Rockland Journal-News from 1978 to 1980. And they were talking back then, 30 years ago, about the problems they had with the Tappan Zee Bridge, about the fact that they either had to build a companion bridge next to it or they had to replace the whole thing. 30 years ago they were talking about this, and they still haven't done anything about it. They've put off the problem for 30 years, and now they're facing a situation where it's going to cost them $8 billion or more to replace it, and by the time they finally decide what to do, it'll probably cost them twice that. This is a tremendous business lesson. If you don't deal with problems when they come up, as soon as you know you have them, inevitably, the problems are going to get worse, and it's going to cost more to fix them. It's a great business lesson. We need to look at our businesses with cold, hard eyes, figure out what the problems are, and fix them now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, and certainly not in 30 years. You know, most businesses don't have the luxury of waiting 30 years. They wait 30 years, they're out of business. Bridges are a little bit different than that. Governments are a little bit different than that. But we can never afford to put off the problems that we need to deal with today, because eventually we become obsolete, irrelevant, or the whole damn thing falls down. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.